no apologies for her inner strength. Please welcome to the stage, Hope Ruiz.
Thank you for that. I don't know why this was so hard for me to write. We'll see how I get through it. Okay. Every time I start to feel I might be ready to apologize, it gets stuck in my throat like phlegm. There are moments of humility and maturity when I can see how I might have contributed to the slow death of our marriage, but only blamed you. I doubted you and I felt I had to take the wheel. I can now see how that started the inevitable downward spiral to your dependence and insecurity, lethargy and lack of vision, an ultimate non-existent sense of self that now so irritates me. I have to admit that I allowed myself to stay in that sucky relationship and therefore shrank into a tiny box that I later lashed against and finally tore to shreds. I made myself weaker to not threaten you. I let myself be miserable and then resented you for it. I have to accept my part so that I can regain my own power and agency by knowing if I got myself into it, I can damn sure get myself out. Maybe it was pride that kept me from throwing in the towel sooner. I've been told I'm pretty stubborn. I always manage to wrestle my way through and strong-arm setbacks. I have a tendency to take dead ends as a challenge. And I'm notorious for making plans A, B, C, and D. I refuse defeat, even if it means putting a positive spin on some pretty shitty stuff. And I had bet my life on us working. We'd already been through too damn much to let it fail. My whole family took a risk on us. So I shoved all my chips in and I gambled me away. Looking back now, I can see where I faltered. If I was going to make that big of a sacrifice, surrender my spiritual path, my job, my house, my car, my family, my friends, my country, my language, and ultimately my health and firstborn child, I wanted a safety net. And I thought it would come with a ring. But you were who you are now, even then. I just chose not to see it. I thought you would change with time. Damn that Beauty and the Beast shit. I thought if I could just get you to the starting line, an education, a visa, a chance to run the race, everything would be okay. So I doubled down with every trial, sprang back after every blow. But when we finally got to the starting line, you treated it like the finish line and stopped. While I was just strapping on my shoes, ready to sprint. I felt tricked, betrayed, and pissed. But there are moments when I can wipe away the bitterness like dust and see the us we once were. It was you who reminded me how to love, to trust my body again, to be spontaneous. You reminded me what it feels like to have butterflies in my stomach, to bear my body and soul, to let myself become completely intertwined with another person. I had given up on all that. But you made me willing to sacrifice comfort and security for a dream. That one slim chance. If it weren't for you, I'd never lived in Mexico, I wouldn't speak Spanish, and certainly would never have imagined becoming a Spanish teacher, and all the lessons and opportunities that brought me. I would have never seen the world through different eyes. I'd probably be a pretty limited and arrogant gringa who still thought she knew everything. I also wouldn't know how fucking strong I am. Because I did all that shit and carried you, the kids, and the grumpy chihuahua along with me. Matter of fact, every time I thought I couldn't handle anything more, You gave me something else to deal with, and I did that too. But most of all, I would have never had my two amazing children who have taught me how deep love can be. I heard once that a butterfly toughens her wings by beating against the cocoon that confines her. If you try to set her free sooner by helping her get out, her wings won't have the strength she needs to fly. So maybe one day I will be able to apologize and even thank you. Because of you, I am who I am today, free.